Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. I want to send double honors to our elders and apostles, a great millstone that rule well. Peace, love, and salutation as always to the hopeful elect, doing this work in sincerity and in truth throughout the four corners of the earth wherewith we were scattered. We are the Hebrew Israelites, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans today. And just to get straight into it, man, as you see with this situation with this with the Jake up in Minnesota that was, killed on camera by Edomite, so-called white person. You have the situation that's constantly, slowly getting more and more destructive as this week is going on. Just here in Omaha, Nebraska, they just did a so-called peaceful protest. And it's really, these people are losing their minds, man. And this is all going into prophecy. It's going into prophecy, and which, I'm going to get into that in Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. Because really all it is is that sedition among men. All right, and we understand. If we're watching this situation with a spiritual eye, that they do have these agent provocateurs. Which I'll post a video that a brother posted. You had this guy, and I didn't catch where it was at, but you had this guy, who appears to be a so-called white man. He's dressed up in all black. He has the mask on, a full face mask. He's dressed in all black with the umbrella. And what he's doing is he's walking. He has a hammer, and he's walking by the store, and he's just knocking out all the windows. Right, and then immediately after that, he takes off. And this is there's no new thing under the sun, man. We're not surprised that Esau Edom is doing these things so he can bring down stricter laws on Jake. So because in Minneapolis, I messed that word up. But in Minneapolis, just yesterday they had a curfew that was put into action for today. Actually yesterday, all right, which was Friday, until today, and it's going to be lifted on Sunday. But if you break that curfew, if you break that curfew and you're found breaking that curfew, there's going to be $1,000 fine. And these is just laws that the so-called white man are prescribing, man. All right, so hey, without further ado, let's get into these scriptures, man, because we understand. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is setting all this up, man. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is setting all this up so that prophecy may be fulfilled. All right, so I'm gonna get straight into it. This is the book of Second Ezra, and I'm gonna kind of breeze through it, and just catch points here and there. And Lord willing, this is an edifying video. All right, this is Second Ezra 15. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna get straight to the point. Second Ezra chapter 15, and I'm starting at verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands." And one thing that I analyzed, with this protest that they had here in Omaha, Nebraska, is that most of the people that were there, they were either descendants of Ham or descendants of Esau Edom. And you had Jake here and there. You had some, you had some northern tribe. You had Issacharites there, but and a couple Judites, but it was few and far between. It was more of heathen nations out there than anything, man. And like the elder Yashawamba, he made a good point. We don't provoke violence. Our that's not our MO, to push violence, to push the type of things that what Jake's doing now, or what's going on now. But you have, I say that to say, you have Jake that's saying, "Oh, we're gonna stand up and we're gonna do this, we're gonna fight back, and we're tired of this," and blah blah blah. Yeah, we are tired of it. But in the same breath, you're not out there doing anything about it, man. What are you doing to show the love for your people? It don't have to be in violence. But why aren't you out there? If that's the case, okay? Or why aren't you doing anything at all like I mentioned, to show the love for your people, man. All right, you shouldn't see heathen nations out there, so-called going harder in the paint for your nation than you. You know, which we all know that all this is bullshit, man. These Edomites, they think that just because you're out there and you're protesting, that you're gonna have some type of leniency or love from Jake. And at the end of the day, the elder brother here made a beautiful point, is that Esau Edom is very vulnerable to Jake fucking them up in these times, man. And it's just the hatred that Esau Edom has for our people, and then they try to act like they're so for us because they may have a black friend, or they went to an all-black school, or whatever the case may be. That doesn't change anything, man. At the end of the day, as the scripture says that we shall war with Amalek from generation to generation. They're gonna always have that hatred for us. Salakia has some technical issues, but just to get straight back into it, man, the hatred that Esau Edom has for Jake is being revealed more and more day by day. As we get further into these times of prophecy, Esau's showing his true horns, man. And there's no new thing under the sun. He's always hated us, man. As Will Smith said, that racism, as far as concerning racism, that it's not racism not dead, it's just being recorded. It's coming more to the forefront, because what does it say in Genesis 49:9? It says, Judah is as the lion's whelp, who shall rouse him up? And when you see in Jake, you know how Jake is, man. They waltz through their life, bullshitting, praising Esau Edom, praising these different idols, doing what they do, and then as soon as Esau Edom does something towards a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, then you want to rise up. Like, now you recognize the enemy because he's doing something. But we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we've been telling our people this by way of scripture and by way of factual history, that Esau Edom has an extreme hatred for the nation of Israel, man. He's just showing it now. He's more blatant with it. And when you watch that video of that Edomite that killed that Jake in Minneapolis, a brother pointed out something very specific, that why the Edomite had his knee on the Jake's neck, he had his hands in his pocket, man, putting all his weight on that Jake's neck, man, slowly suffocating him to death, man. That's true hatred, And then he has a hat. They showed a picture where he had a hat that said "Make whites great again." These things are coming out because Esau Edom's getting more and more bold, man. He know that his time is short. He knows what it takes to rile Jake up. You have these agent provocateurs. What agent provocateurs do is, and 10 times out of 10, it's always a heathen. It may be more likely it's Edom that's out there doing it. That's walking through these protests. They're starting fires. They're breaking windows. They're doing all types of things to get Jake riled up, man. And then what do? They disappear. As if they were never there, man. And then guess what? When Jake rises up and Jake starts destroying things and looting and doing all this crazy shit, that's when Esau Edom's gonna come down with that hammer, man. Say, hey, we give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, because Esau Edom's about to be dealt with very soon. As it says here, it says, and I will lay my vengeance, Ezekiel 25:14, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. They shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury. And right now, what Jake's doing, we understand it. We understand that Jake is upset, man. Our people are upset, but the reason why Jake is doing it, they're doing this stuff through ignorance. They don't know that there's already a cake baked for Esau Edom. All right, real quick, and then I'm gonna get into this. That's a spirit, man. I'm gonna get back into this second Ezra after this. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 73, and let's see. And I'm going to start at verse 3, and then I'm going to jump down to verse 16. All right, it says, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked, but there are no bends in their death, but their strength is firm. All right, it said, I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. You know, they're flowing in wealth. They're creating all these different decrees and laws for us to follow. You know, and as it says in the book of Isaiah, the 10th chapter, it tells us that about these unrighteous decrees that are prescribed by their hands, man. You know, they can suspend the Constitution at any moment. You know, your rights will be snatched from you at any moment. You know, this is Esau Edom, man. He could do what he want to, all right? But then you jump down. It says, to verse 16, it says, when I thought to know this, it was too painful for me until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High, then understood I therein. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places, thou cast them down into destruction, right? Because as the scriptures tell us in the book of Sirach, it says that not one sin goes unpunished. So you look at Esau Edom's rap sheet. You look at these so-called white people's rap sheet against the nation of Israel, against the Heavenly Father first and foremost. Look at the rap sheet, man. And you see, and the judgment for them is going to be great. It's going to be that's another part of the times that we're coming into. Is it's going to be a time like never before. You know, Jacob's trouble is going to be a time like never before. The destruction and the manner that Yahweh Shem Yahshua is going to destroy these Edomites is going to be something like we never seen, man. You know. So I'm gonna get back into this Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. All right. It's Second Ezra 15, and I don't know how I dropped it. So right here, Second Ezra 15, and where I leave off at? All right, verse 15. All right. Second Ezra 15 and 15. It says, "For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands." You know, and these protests that are going on is a perfect example. And you do have Jake that are out there that are rioting and protesting. You know, but as I mentioned earlier in the video, you have these different nations that are mainly out there. At least here in Omaha, Nebraska, you have mainly these heathen nations, Esau, Edom, and Ham. Which Ham, you know, through Jake's ignorance, they can get away with doing that because they're brown skinned. But if you a white boy or you're a white chick, you know, you shouldn't be getting no love, man. There's no love for the wicked, you know. But through ignorance, Jake is letting these things slide, man. You're forgetting who your enemy is. You know, you're forgetting that these people are the same people that jacked us up. And they went overtime on us in slavery, man. You know, these are the same people that they come from the descendant of Cain that slew his brother, man, because he made the wrong sacrifice. All right, because he had hatred towards his brother. You know, he had that jealousy towards his brother, man. You know, and these are the same people, man. Don't get it twisted. These are the same exact people in this day and age. Ain't nothing changed, man. And it says, okay, so it says this. It says in swords in their hands, which is any instrument that can be used for violence, that can be used to harm somebody, whether it's a gun, whether it's a bat, whether it's a machete, you know, whatever the case may be. You know, that these are the swords that it's talking about. It says, for there should be sedition among men and invading one another. You know, and when you go into that word sedition, it simply means to go up against the government and in a violent manner. You know, and that's what you see going on, man. You know, you see Jake, they're destroying stores. You know, they're out there, fuck the police, and coming up against the government and coming up against their oppressors, man. You know, which is beautiful. Initially, it's beautiful, but you know, as I may mention, the protests, we don't necessarily agree with the way Jake's going about it. You know, as far because it's not gonna really change anything. It's just, like the elder Yahshua said, man. Jake is surprised that Esau Edom is not a fair individual. They're surprised that he's doing the things that he's doing. They're surprised at all these things, man. You know, this is why they're rising up so fervently. You know, which, you know, is like I mentioned, it's a pro for them. It's a pro for them to be angry so vehemently, but it's a con for them to go about it the way that they're going, because now you're gonna end up, you know, you're gonna end up in jail. You're gonna lose your freedom. You know, you're not gonna be able to take care of you. And Esau don't give a fuck about you and your family, man. At the end of the day, Esau don't have no problem slamming your ass on that pavement, detaining you, and putting your ass behind them bars, man. You know, Esau Edom has no problem with that, you know. But at the end of the day, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to revenge his people. As it says in Ezekiel 25 that I just read, it says he's going to put his vengeance on Jake to carry out the judgment against these Edomites, man. You know, it says there should be sedition among men and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, man. So the things that Jake's going to do in this day and age, they're going to do it by their own will, their own means. You know, there's so many videos that are surfacing on the internet, or that are they're going around on the internet. Jake is coming up against Esau Edom hard, man. You know, Jake's coming up against Esau Edom hard, man, because you see his hatred. You know, so hey, that's all I want. I didn't want to drag this out because, you know, hey man, the proof is all over the place, man. The true disdain that Esau Edom has for us, it's all over the place, man. You know, we don't condone the violence that's going on, you know, but we're not surprised, you know. Hey, so with that being said, once again, I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakah Kadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles once again. Peace, love, and salutation unto the hopeful elect, man. Keep pushing, and hey, we're coming into the times of the end. You know, the very end. All right, so keep fighting, stay strong, be sober, be vigilant.